Druids! Okay, what is the OP Innervate class getting this time around? This is actually not a bad card. I thought it was really bad, but it was actually okay. Because late game, you can also... It's a 2-mana taunt, right? We do not have any 2/3 taunts in the game right now. Let alone 3/2 taunts. Because Frostwolf Grunt is a thing. Yeah, so... Not bad. Yeah, late game, it can restrict your opponent's options. It's a fine 2-drop. Druids do not run 2-drops already. They run Skittles, I guess, and Skittles is not that strong, I think. Like, it's good in some cases if you drop it too, but this is good if you drop it later as well, so... Not bad. Oh, Grove Tender! Grove Tender says, what did she say again? The great outdoors. Reminds me back in the Warcraft days, yeah? Let's hear it.
The great outdoors.
Got a new voice actor, but when she dies, she says... That's kind of sad. You think this is a mirrored ability? It's actually not, because you get to actually utilize it first. Especially if it's a full mana crystal, yeah. So it's not like an empty one. You can use this immediately. So it's like a 2/2/4, I guess, if you will it. So as long as you can use the mana crystal very, very efficiently, or you can use the card that you draw really, really well. So you have high value cards. This is fine. Because it has a good body as well already. Yeah, so it's okay. Like, it's fine. Because you're both having the same thing. It's basically equal to same. You're both having no things. So, you get it? Like, if you're both getting one card, it's the same as you guys both not getting a card. So, if you can make it so that you benefit from this effect more than your opponent, so that you can use this immediately, or you have your deck is built in a way such that every card, on average, has more value than your opponent's deck, then this is a good card. Alright? So, not that bad. Druid of the Fang! Oh my god, now this guy also has a very nice sound file. I like the voice actor on this one. This synergizes with basically Power of the Wild with the Panther or Druid of the Claw. Those are really the two beasts, or you have to ask outside stuff like a Kodo or like a Tall Strider or something like that. But otherwise, as it stands, it's it's a high risk, medium, I would say medium reward card. I wouldn't say I like high reward, because it's a 7/7. I mean, sure, no, BG is not even the problem, right? Because 7/7 is not like, it's just a vanilla 7/7. It doesn't do anything, right? Druid of the Claw is taunt, so yeah. Anyways, let's hear what he says.
Snakes. It has to be snakes. Strike.
Strike. It's pretty good. No, yeah, that's a pretty cool voice actor. I like that. His face looks like he's a bit constipated though, so that's the drawback. So yeah, there you go. It's okay. Like you innovate Druid of the Claw and you play Druid of the Fang. Good for you. You coin out Druid of the Claw, Druid of the Fang. It's really good. So it could really just win you games, like right there outright. But as it stands, I think it's high risk for medium reward. Recycle! It's an assassinate that also silences it, but your opponent gets to draw it late game. So this actually it actually costs more to assassinate just because it doesn't activate death rattles. Now with druids, how often do you go to fatigue, right? So this is actually a fine card, especially when you have board control, right? If you have board control, you recycle. It's basically like a sap, and then your opponent can't do anything. Same reason that I think that sap is actually undercosted. Like sap should not cost 2, I think. Sap should cost 3 with like another ability or something, you know. So yeah, it's as strong as it is. It's just if you look at this and you think this is strong, you go like sap, and sap is just insane. So yeah, although you do get rid of your opponent's card, so you're paying 4 mana for your opponent to lose a card, which is okay because a card is worth 1.5. You're paying a card that does something and removes a card, so that's like 3 mana. So it's like a if you think of it that way, it's like a 3 mana values that more than sap. So it's like a 5 mana sap that costs 6. That's okay. Especially if you're board control, it's worth the 1 mana, you know? This is a good card! I like this. It's a pretty fat card because it activates spare parts. Like, this is better than Drill the Fang for the reason that you do not need something else to, like, activate this. And, yeah, if it doesn't get straight off removed, like, you know, obviously Shadow Word D, or, like, you know, just deadly shotted or whatnot, then you get a spare part. You might get 2. So not the worst. It's okay. It can take a beating, so that's good. Oh my god, this is a house. Yeah, he's actually stomping on a house. Oh baby, it's actually pretty big. Yeah. This is silly. I don't see this card being played because Mark of Nature is not played. +5/+5 in taunt is pretty good. Like you compare this to Demon Heart, I guess, and it's a bit better because it has taunt. So yeah, you know you actually get some board, but 6 mana spell is really expensive. And why the heck do you want 5/1/1s? Why the heck do you even want that 5/1/1s? No. Oh, this card is good. Actually, I think this card is fine because like you have a full reset of the game. So if you can actually use this when the board is clear and your opponent was aggro on you like a mid-rangey thing, this is fine. So for example, you know, you play against a shaman. You guys both use a lot of cards. You want to pull back cards a little bit more, and then when he has only 1 or 2 minions left, and you have more cards in hand, you play this full reset. It's okay. It's the faster your opponent's deck is, the better this card is, right? Because when you're low, you always are afraid of getting sniped, and the full health is actually pretty relevant because it is not a healing touch. Like healing touch sometimes gets you out of stuff, but full health gets you out of every stuff. So it's quite relevant. Although 9 mana might be a problem for some decks, so that's why the faster your opponent's deck is, the better, because then they don't have anything to do when you play this card. The worst thing is that you play this card, your opponent still has minions, and they hit you again. You're not really gaining board presence. Your opponent just put down 2 more minions. It's even harder to deal with it already. We know that Druids cannot come back from a losing position. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see this card played, and maybe we'll see Poison Seeds play with Starfall for like a super reset or a super fatigue Druid deck. I'm not really sure, but overall, I think this card is playable. I think it's playable. This card is playable too. Like, it's not that insane, but it's good because a 9/7 by itself like trades with a lot of things, and the Death Rattle is fine because if you're playing the super fatigue Druid, right? You always have this card unless your opponent silences this, and if this gets silenced, it's perfectly fine. It already achieved its worth, right? It's like a Sylvanas then, right? Because the most scary effect in the game right now, I guess, is like Sylvanas. So just compare all the Death Rattles to Sylvanas. So if this gets silenced, it's completely fine. It's a 7 mana Sylvanas. This also basically says that if you're in fatigue and this dies, you draw this instead of drawing the fatigue. So yeah, it's okay. And hunters can use this card too because it's a beast, right? Westwinder can draw this, so Westwinder got a little buff. Although hunters can't really utilize this card well because they're not gonna draw it again. I mean, if they draw again, it's not that good because it doesn't do anything the turn you put it down. You need stuff that does something the turn you put it down, like Animal Companion, Bow, Savannah, like board presence, right? This just dies. So less useful for Hunter, but it's still better than a Captain Spirit. So with the Druid cards, the best cards that are revealed are this is okay. It's barely okay to like really good, like just so close to being really good. Recycle is good. I like that card. Growth Tender is good, especially if you use the effect. And the Bear is fine. The Bear and the Tree of Life is fine. So not the most crazy cards for Druid, but remember they always have innovate shenanigans. So you never know. All right, we're done. We're doing good here. Flame Cannon. It's cheaper. It's Mage, by the way. So this is the Mage. Flame Cannon is a Shadow Bolt that does not cost 3. So that's why it's good. It can target stealth minions as well. I think the random is actually a buff rather than a targeted thing because it can kill like stealth minions. You can actually just remove whatever you don't want to kill and use this card as well. I like this card. It's okay. It's a staple. Like it's not crazy. It's fair, and it has its place. Oh! We need to hear this card's voice acting. Yeah. We need to hear this card's voice acting. It's hilarious. But this is Strife Crow's favorite card. when I talked to him, he says, "Oh, this is my favorite card because it's like, it just limits your opponent, especially if they're running weapons, right? You hit this to their face, very nice. In constructed at least, you're probably not gonna trade this minion for another minion unless they're running like shaman. They can buff your creatures or whatnot, like Argus or whatnot. But you're probably just going for face with this one, right? Yeah, just want to limit your opponent's options. All right, there you go. This is the sound.
Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga 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 chugga. Chugga chugga. Chugga 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 chugga.
Attack,
Chugga chugga.
and then when it dies, it's just.
Chugga.
Aww, he didn't get to chew. He just chugged and he didn't chew. Anyways, it's really cute. It's a good card. I like it. It's a good card. This is insane! Okay, Unstable Portal is insane. It is insane. I love... This is actually one of the cards that makes me want to pay Mage. This card is my favorite. One of my top 5 cards, to be honest. Why? Okay, here's why. 2 mana, add a random minion, okay? So what do you have? You have, if you add a 1 mana minion, okay, that's bad, okay? But let's calm down first, okay? You add a 2 mana minion, it's not bad because you're playing a 2 mana card anyways, right? It's completely fine. You can also save it for later to like play with another minion so your opponent can't like wrath. But you get what I mean? Like, you're against a druid, you play Unstable Portal, you get a Crocodile, okay? Go like, oh, whatever, right? That's kind of sad. No, it's not sad, it's good. Because at turn 3, you play a 3 mana drop, and then you play the Crocodile. So your opponent can't wrath and then play a minion. You're making your opponent's turn really, really awkward just because you're skipping that 2 mana minion, okay? And that's only 2. Like if you play this on turn 3 and you get like 3 mana, like a 4 mana drop or something like that. Like it doesn't matter. It's just good. You get it? Like you can pause. The pause is really important. If you get a 3 drop, it's a free 3 drop. Like you can play a 2 mana 3/4 Spider Tank. It's insane. So now, it's so insane already, right? So now you have to explore the potential of the 4+ drop. It's crazy. Alright? Obviously, 4s and 5s are good, but 6 is actually really, really strong because you play this at turn 2, you play the 6 drop at turn 3. Alright? Imagine a Bodifist Ogre at turn 3 against in an arena, and you're just skipping a turn 2. Insane. Insane. And there are a lot of legendaries in the game, not to mention a lot of like rares too. So crazy. Oh my god, 2 in my mage deck. Boom. Insane card. Suit Spearer is not that... It's good, but it's not that good. Once again, it doesn't pass the Amaz litmus test because it has 3 health. The spell damage is not really that crazy. It's just a fatter kobold, and there's a reason why mages don't play kobold is because it's not that good. You only play kobold if you play Thalnos already, right? Thalnos kobold, and then just unload or whatnot. So not a big fan of this card. Don't think it's too good. This card is also insane. Oh my god, this card is insane. Like if you have a mech, you get a free 4 damage arcane missiles, yeah, and it already is a 5/4. It's insane. It's really good. If you don't get the mech, then it's just normal. Like it's just a tall strider, right? But even a tall strider is playable, right? Because it's a 5 attack and trades for Belcher. Like this card is insane. Insane. That's why it has to hit the enemy hero. If it only hits enemy minions, then this is just an auto include in all mage decks and all mage mech decks, right? Very good card. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Although he looks kind of spooky, but love it. Good card. Oh my god, we have to listen to this sound. Oh my god. You would pick this card in arena just because you want to hear her die. Alright? Alright. So when she comes up.
I'll put a stop to that.
Okay, it's cute. Okay.
Here goes.
That's an attack. And when she dies?
Oh,
Oh, when I first said the sound, I laughed for a straight 2 minutes. I couldn't stop laughing. It was the most hilarious BS ever. Like it's just so funny. By the way, this card sucks. Like, why does it suck? Because you can kill this and it removes the other stuff. But then if you look at it that way, it's kind of good because you're kind of protecting your other creatures anyways because you have to remove this. The thing is, like, if you play this with like Royal Elementals already on the board, I guess it's okay. But the requirement of having minions with a mage is kind of strict, and it is a 2/5. So not sure how this is gonna work. Might be good. I mean, there is a bit potential of being good. Is like moderately high. No, I mean the reward for you playing this effectively is moderately high, but the risk of not playing it well is low. It's not just moderate low, it's low. Like it's not that good. So I'm not really happy about. Like it's okay. It's hard to use correctly. No, it's hard to use correctly. Okay. This card. We actually have to go back to when I created my monk concept. Remember, guys, when we created the monk class? And we made this exact... Oh my god, let me show you. I'm pretty proud of myself. I have to show this. So... Alright. So, look at this. I made this exact card with my monk concept. And look at what the comments are. Duplicate on steroids should cost 6, I think. Or make it a random with focus every minute. Way too much of a... I agree with its OP-ness. At the 6 cost, it's okay. Cost 6 is... No, you guys all failed. Failed, okay? Failed. It's a fair card. God damn it, you guys. Alright. So there you go. Otherwise, I don't think this is OP because it has a big requirement in that you need stuff on the board. When you know your opponent plays this, especially in tournaments, you're going to be removing the creatures really, really quickly. So that's why I think playing Echo of Medivh with a duplicate is actually insane. Like, imagine if you have a secret up and you Sylvanas up. And then your opponent goes like, uh-oh. Because if I kill the Sylvanas, you get 2. If I don't kill the Sylvanas, you're going to play something else and then use Echo of Medivh. And then it's crazy. But it does cost 4 mana. So this is the only drawback, right? It does cost a lot. So yeah, there you go. Alright, and for last one, Flame Leviathan is the only card that actually does this effect. When you draw this, deal 2 damage to all characters. There's no other card that does this, which is it is actually really weird. I don't know what to think about this. Like, with Temple Mage, if you put this card in your Temple Mage, then what the heck are you doing with your life? Do you understand what I mean? Like, you put this card in your Temple Mage, you're screwing yourself over. So, I'm not really sure. You play this in a Freeze Mage, you might just die, right? You're at 1 health, and you draw Flame Leviathan, you die. That's not good. It might be good against Zoo, but I don't know. I don't know about this card. I might be judging it incorrectly, because there might be some really crazy interaction with this. But it feels bad in Temple Mage. It feels bad in Freeze Mage. It just feels bad. Anyhow. Alright, that was all the mage cards. So the mage cards got pretty well. Cards that I like are this one. This is good. This is insane. This is insane! And this is good. I want to say it's insane. This is... I want to say this is insane. Like, this is good. This is good. Insane! Alright, what's next? We have the rogue class left. Next. So basically with these rogue class cards, you see Blizzard really wants to push for like a Temple Mage. This one especially 3/2 give you a weapon 1 attack. So you're basically summoning a 2/2 weapon for 2 mana. You get a 3/2 body. That's really good. Unfortunately, the only drawback is that you have to coin Pure Power for turn 1 to be able to use this correctly. So it's not as good as you think, although it's like okay, especially if you don't need that extra punch. I would not think this is a crazy card, but it's reasonable. Like it's okay. Its effect is worth it, right? It's a 3 mana, 3/2. It's like a 2.5 mana maybe, because it's like deadly poison, right? So deadly poison gives 2 attack, and you can use it anytime you want. Yeah, it's okay. This guy is really flavorful in that it's one of the only cards is like that. Where yeah, if you play a pirate against stealth, attack again. If you play another pirate, you can attack again. So it's kind of like a more expensive head crack in a sense. But once again, as we know that one health stealth creatures are not really that strong. However, what makes this better than the mini mage or whatever that crappy card that's 4/1 that gives a spell power is because it's 2 mana. Right, 2 mana is not really a turn where people can do 1 damage or AoE just yet. So you might be able to squeeze in some damage with this one-eye cheat. You know, just squeeze in a little bit of damage. So, that's okay. I think it will be played in pirate decks. Oh, Iron Sensei. He actually has a. I like his sound file. It's pretty normal, but I like it. So.
Come close and listen.
Okay.
Silent, but deadly.
Okay. It reminds me of a character from somewhere. It's like. Yeah, it sounds like a character from somewhere. I don't know where, but it sounds pretty cool. Like, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. And of course, we have the best interaction in the game. We have the best interaction game. It's the Iron Sensei plus the Micro Machine. Not because of the effect, it's because of what they say.
Come close and listen.
Here I come!
I swear, someone is gonna make a Hearthstone comic of these cards someday. But anyways, with this card, it's fine. It's 3 mana 4/4 kind of. If it lives one more turn, it's insane. So you do need to put something out there. It's a mech by itself, which is good. So turn 6, you can double Iron Sensei and they buff each other and they just keep on buffing each other, which is fine. So it's okay. My Cabal would be happy to take this though. So there you go. This is a horrendous card. This is horrendous. Clockmaster's Wrench has 2 attack while you have a mech. You're paying 3 mana for a possible 3/3. But you have this requirement where basically you have to summon a mech every turn and attack. You know, you summon a mech, you attack. He kills your mech, okay, fine. You summon a mech, you attack, right? So, not really sure if this is that good because it's 3 mana. I'd much rather play something like a Perdition's Blade or just play Deadly Poison because it really just accomplishes the same thing. Not really a big fan of this card. Also, not a big fan of this card because you're giving your weapon a 3 attack, which realistically is like not that good for 4 mana. And you also combo give a random friendly friendly minion plus 3 attack. So it's like Deadly Poison plus Cold Blood that you have to combo out, and it costs way more for just 1 card. So you're paying, once again, you're paying 2 mana for a card, and that's not good. You know, cards are only worth 1.5 mana. So, yeah. If you want your quality of the deck to be better, then you play this over Deadly Poison, but I don't see this happening. No, don't like it. This is actually okay because it has random in this text. We know that in GvG there's a lot of things that might be actually useful. There's a lot of new stealth cards. There are a lot of weird taunt cards, right? So yeah, this actually might be okay. If you actually get to combo and kill your opponent's weapon, you're only paying 1 mana to do that, and it's okay. It's okay. If you can kill a minion and kill someone's weapon, it's like crazy, right? If you go against a warrior, you snipe their Sylvanas and you snipe their Despite. It's insane, but you do need to combo this up. So that's the challenge. Which I play this in the Temple Temple Rogue. Probably 1 copy if I do. I'm not gonna play 2 copies, definitely not. So yeah, it could be good. Could be good. And then it's like overpaying for Deadly Shot is not that bad, by the way. Like, it's not that bad, but you do want to use this. Otherwise, you would just run something that's a bit more tempo-y, you know. Don't think this will replace Deadly Poison though. Definitely not. Oh, this card is beautiful. Look at this guy. Oh, this guy is beautiful. 5 mana 6/6 that you can't interact with. Trades 2 for 1, most likely, and love it. It's just amazing. Very nice card. Just the body is just insane. And the thing of you can't interact with it is even more insane. It's just insane in the nutshell. Right? Imagine if you play Ogre Ninja and then later and the next turn you play something that your opponent can't play spells on. Like you play the Trogzinator, you know? Something like that. It's a 7-drop, but then, you know, Ogre Ninja, and then you just use this when you can play Trogzinator. It's insane. It's insane. Because it's 6 health. It's insane. Look, it's a Ventricle Mercenary that you can't target. Oh my god, such a good card. And this card is actually quite interesting. It requires a little bit more thought process behind it. So before we jump into any analysis, the coin that Galliwix gives your opponent will not proc this. Okay? It won't proc this. It's Galliwix's coin. It will just stop. One thing that people don't realize is that when you play this, all your opponent's spells cost 1 mana less. Although you do get a copy of it, you can't dodge it, okay? You can't dodge the fact that all your opponent's spells cost 1 mana less. And also, yeah, so for example, they can play Force of Nature for 5, Savage Roar for 2, another Savage Roar for 2, and then they can play Moonfire and get an extra mana. You know, it's quite dangerous. That's why it's such a big body, you know. So yeah, it's like the control is from your opponent's side, so that's why it is a dangerous effect. But the stats make up for it. The stats is over budgeted, right? It's over budgeted. So I think this will be played, but it's not as crazy as people think because of this drawback, especially with cards that run really spell combo heavy oriented decks, you know. Yeah, there you go. Oh, finally a priest. All right, so that's the road cards actually. So good cards here. This guy is still insane for his stats. This guy is insane. This is fine. And yeah, that's really it. The rogue didn't get too much love, but this is love enough. Like love sometimes just gives in one big package, not like a lot. So there you go. Okay, and I think this is the final class. All right, so 1961. Yeah, there you go. So finally we have priest. Oh, baby. Oh, all right. First card, Light of the Naru. Restore 3 health if the target is still damaged. Summon Light Warden, and we know Light Warden is a 1/2. That every time someone gets healed, it gets 2 attack. Interesting interactions, I guess, with Arcanine, because if you play Arcanine and you Light of the Naru or something, you always get a Light Warden, right? Because you're damaging it. So if you damage something, then it's obviously damaged. So you get a Light Warden, even if it dies. Because negative health, red health is basically damage. So interesting interactions with Arcanine. But this basically, like, I think the point of this card is to really want Light Warden to be in a priest deck, because Circle of Healing is such a card that you really sometimes want Light Warden. But I don't think this is playable. It's actually more playable in aggro, to be honest. Yeah, because the thing is that you really want to restore 3 health to your face. If you restore 3 health to your face and you heal yourself for 2 more, you actually get a 5/2 for 3. So that's why this is insane. But other than that, if you're playing against control, this is a really bad card. You understand what I mean? So play this against aggro, use it on yourself, heal yourself at 3, you get a 5/2. Otherwise, you have to restore, say, a Blade Master, which is fine for turn 4 play. Still, pretty limited, I think, with the uses. Sounds really good. Sounds like a very good deal. But limited. Good thing it's cheap. You might be able to use it with Pyromancer. So yeah. Oh my god! We have the ugly gnome. That's actually okay. It's actually not that bad. It deals 3 damage to each hero. So people will try really, really hard to make Shadow Priest work, or like a mid-range Priest work with this card, because basically I read this as not deal 3 damage to each hero over 1 mana 2/1. I read this as a Sinister Strike. So anytime you want to burn your opponent down to a certain point and then finish them off with Holy Fire or whatnot next turn, or usually this is used as a finisher because it costs 1 mana. It's like Sinister Strike, right? So basically Priest got a Sinister Strike that can't be used with spell power, right? So that's how I see this card, which is completely fine. Aggro Priest. The problem with Aggro Priest is, of course, your hero power does nothing. If you whiff on a draw, then you're screwed. But you do have Mind Blast, and you do have like Arcanine. Do have Light Bomb, which will come in later, so might be useful. Certainly has a place. I think it's fine. This card is insane. Oh my god, this card is insane. Love it, love it. When I first saw this card in BlizzCon, I was so happy. Like, it's about time Priest got something that interacts with negative attack. Unfortunately, like, people might be too fast to say that this is actually like permanent. No, it's not. It's this turn. So you have to be really specific in using this, right? So there are the most obvious use is to use it on your opponent's minion and then trade with it, so that you basically heal 2 for your own minion. So it's like 3/4, right? So that's the most obvious play. But then you have cards like Shadow Word Pain. You have cards like Shadow Madness, Cabal Shadow Priest. All these silly cards that interact with this minion very, very well. So there you go. There you go. Very nice card. Especially every time if you play this card, all the cards that interact with attack gets insane value. You can even run a priest deck that doesn't run Shadow Word Death anymore. You know, you can just run 2 Pains and 2 Strike Masters and just deal with the other cards just normally, you know. You really don't need to use Shadow Word Death anymore. So that's good. Pain is always useful. Death is not always useful. Best card. Pretty cute card because I like the art. The artwork is insane. It's one of the best artworks in the game. However, the effect is not that good because when are you going to really want to heal use your hero power to deal 1 damage to a random enemy, right? If it's only random minion, then it's really good. Because it includes the enemy hero, then it's not that good. Because the only way of this being useful is that you pyromancer and there's some circle shenanigans and then just get a free avenging wrath against your opponent. Yeah, that's really optimistic. But usually this is just gonna be a 2/3. Not too excited about this card. Although it is 2-drop and priest really needs 2 drops, so whatever. I guess I'll still play this card. This card is really good if it's just released in the game right now. However, because we have a lot of new cards, I don't think this is actually that good. The best scenario this happens is actually if you play Dark Cultist, your opponent plays a Yeti, you play this, you trade for the Yeti perfectly, and you also gain 4 health. That's perfectly. So that's that's the best situation that happens. The spell damage is the bonus. So basically, it means that if you can use the spell damage, then play this card. If you can't use the spell damage, then don't play this card. And history tells us that priests cannot use spell damage well, right? We have Smite, Holy Nova, and Holy Fire. Those are really our only damage spells. Sure, you can Arcanine Circle for damage. You can Arcanine Light of the Naru for damage, but spell damage is really hard. So if you can find some way to utilize the spell damage, I think it's worth to use this card. If you can't, then there are better options. Oh, this is a fun card because it has a very nice voice effect as well, and I think this card is actually really good because it's an insane version of Tempo Enforcer. You do not really want to play Tempo Enforcer 6 because there's so many good 6 drops that Tempo Enforcer doesn't really cut the cake, but this is really good. It's a 5/9, like this is a 5/9, and if you whiff on the battle cry, it's still a 5/5 for 5, and it's justifiable because like Lotheb is a body, right? Lotheb against Sludge Belcher, we see that every day. Like it's just really good. So I think this is a very good card. One of the better priest cards, to be honest. So let's listen to what he says. So summon it. He says
Repairs available.
okay. Yeah, so see, it's so genuine, yeah.
Repairs available.
Yeah, but then when you attack him, he goes.
Beatings available. Beatings available.
But yeah, I would love to beat my opponent with this. Oh baby, that's a pretty big claw. That would be a pretty hard beating, man. All right, but yeah, very good card. Love this card. Very nice. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This basically says that you need to play stuff like Holy Smite. Like I think Holy Smite is like the best combo of this card because you're assassinating something and stealing its health. Unfortunately, the problem with this card lies in the fact that it really only is really nice with Holy Smite. It's not that good if you play it with like Shadow Madness. It's pretty expensive. It's super expensive if you play with Holy Nova. Another good thing that can happen is Nate HIPV. Thank you so much for subbing. Another good thing is that you can play this and then trade with one of your creatures on the board. That's actually really good, especially if Arcanine and something like that. But yeah, by itself it's actually fine. But you do need to health. When you swap health with a minion, you have to be very careful because you're not actually removing its power, right? So you just have to be a little bit more careful with this. If Vol'jin gets silenced, it's actually fine. Doesn't matter. If your opponent's things get silenced, it's actually a problem. So it does matter. So that's why you need to you have to rush to kill. You have to actually rush to kill your opponent's minion when you do that. Yeah. I guess another interesting thing is that you can buff one of your clerics really highly and just use this on one of your clerics and kill your cleric because there are quite a few instances where you just don't want to kill your cleric, right? You have damaged minions on the board, you don't want to fatigue faster than your opponent, so that's an interesting it's an interesting mechanic. But overall, it's a really good card. You just need to be very careful with the battle cry. Right? It is an insane card. It's an insane value, but it might whiff in the sense that you don't know what to do afterwards. Plan this out ahead of time, and you get rewarded. And finally, the last card is Light Boom. Don't like this card. I don't like this card. Because if you play this card, it means that your deck is curving really high, which means that you need to draw this card to stabilize, and if you don't draw this card, you lose. It's much like Brawl. Like, that's why it's not that good. And it's a Brawl with a X, yeah? Sure, it's good against, like, Giants, or, like, Lotheb, or, like, whatever, like, Mech Bear Cat. Like, all these new cards that have more attack than health is good. But the problem is, those decks also run things that do not have more attack than health, you know? They run Twilight Drakes, they run Drew of the Claws, and when you play this card, it also damages your own minion. So, quite... I would say it's very dangerous to run this card because you're putting yourself in a very bad position. Like, if you kill 2 minutes of it, you feel nice. You kill 2 minutes and you have nothing. You don't have to kill any of your stuff because you have nothing. Sure, it feels nice, but then initiative is still on your opponent's side. They can still play a turn 7 before you do, so you still have to deal with the new minions that come out. And yeah, not a big fan of this card. So there you go. I guess we should listen to the Vol'jin Force before we head off, because the Vol'jin Force is quite amazing. Vol'jin. And it's 5 mana drop. Very nice. 5 mana is really sweet. It's really, really sweet. It's like not 6. That's why this card is insane, by the way. If it was 6, not that good. It's 5. Alright.
The spirits be restless.
Yeah?
Here come the voodoo.
Yeah?
Oh.
Well, sounds like he's a bit constipated when he does.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, but of course, he has this very special one with Garrosh, so if Garrosh was your opponent...
Who be the war chief now?
Wow, that's quite evil. I like that. I like good characters who are also evil, you know? Like, evil sounding.